Hey readers, my name is Juan. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, welcome. I make videos about literary fiction, very often classics as well. But today, I'm here to talk about my reading plans for the month of August 2022. Because, would you believe it, we are on the last week of July already. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And that also explains why it is so hot and humid where I am in my part of the world. I have my windows open, so I hope there is not a lot of traffic or a lot of noise, but that's the only way I can make it slightly bearable to shoot videos these days. So about this video, I'm going to share with you the books that I'm reading at the moment that I have started to read and that I expect to finish in the course of the month of August. And also what videos about books I am planning to do, and I'm going to share with you for the first time ever my whole schedule or schedule if you're British for the video review. So not every single video that I'm going to do in July, but my video reviews. The idea for that is that if you'd like to read along with me, you will know which books I'm reading, but also when you can expect a review. Of course, you don't have to read at my own pace. You can read the books and then watch my reviews at a later date. That's absolutely fine. But I know that some of you like to read along with me or read some of the same books. Let me know in the comment section if you're reading along any of these books, but also your reading plans. I know that most people who don't have YouTube channels about books don't tend to plan their reading a month ahead. That's probably quite insane, actually. But if you are reading any books at the moment that you think you might finish in August, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you because I get so much inspiration from the books that you guys read. And also if there's anything that you'd like me to read at some point, I do keep a list on my phone with all the books that you recommend or that you request. And I get to them. I will get to all of them in good time. So I have my laptop here and I have a video schedule that I create for myself, so I know when I have to shoot videos and when I will release them. And this is for the month of August 2022, just in case you're watching this 3 years from now, right? I guess that's a possibility. So I'm gonna start the month on Wednesday the 3rd with just a wrap up of what I've read in July, okay? Now, on Sunday the 7th, so the first Sunday in August, we are going to be reviewing Romeo and Juliet. We're doing this Reading Shakespeare challenge or project whereby we're going to read, or we are in fact already reading, every single play that Shakespeare wrote. I started this a while back. You can check the playlist for the videos that are already there. But on Sunday the 7th, I'm going to review Romeo and Juliet. Again, another tragedy. So far, we've only done tragedies, but that's going to change later this month. Then on Wednesday the 10th, I'm going to review David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. This is a big, famous Victorian classic. I'm sure a lot of you have already read it. I said on a video, or in a video rather, a while back, that I didn't really like Dickens. But then I thought about it, and actually, you know, I've read very little Dickens, so I think it'd be more fair to say that I have a bias against Dickens. And that's I don't like that at all. I like to judge a book and an author from reading their books, right? So I decided to read David Copperfield because it is one of his most famous books, and I've started reading it and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, it is Dickens, it is Victorian, it is very long, he goes into a lot of detail, but I'm actually having a really good time and reading it pretty much compulsively. Not really compulsively because I'm busy with other stuff, but I think if I had time to just devote to reading, I'd quite happy just read it almost back to back in a few reading sessions. So David Copperfield on Wednesday the 10th. Then on Sunday the 14th, we're gonna do Leviticus, which is the fourth book of the Bible. It is the fourth book of the Pentateuch, or the Torah. And as you probably know, I am doing this literary reading of the Bible. So I'm reading the Bible, each book of the Bible, as a classic, in exactly the same way I would read the Iliad. by Homer or the Odyssey or anything else from antiquity, okay? So I'm not putting a religious slant on it. It is sometimes hard not to talk about religion when doing those books, when reviewing those books. But, you know, I'm just really trying to read them as literature. I am not an expert. I'm not a biblical scholar, far from it. So what I would really like to happen with that reading project specifically is for people who are like me to read along and share their impressions on the comment section for those videos, but also people perhaps who are religious and have read those books as part of their religious practice or tradition, or people who are not religious but have studied the Bible, perhaps have done courses on it, to actually share and kind of complete what I say, because sometimes, you know, I'm aware that, you know, I'm not an expert, so and they're so complex and there's so much interpretation out there, and I do try to read around those books as well and read different sources and watch videos and lectures about them, but I would really like more involvement for people. I know it's a big ask, but yeah, so if you're interested, we're doing Leviticus on the 14th. Then on Wednesday the 17th, I'm going to review The Double by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. I've already started reading this and I'm loving it. It is about this public servant in St. Petersburg. That's all I know about it so far, from what I have read. The Double is one of the, I would say that it is probably one of the best known novels or novellas by Dostoyevsky. And what's good about it, or the reason I'm reading it, is because I've already read some of the major ones, like Crime and Punishment and The Brothers Karamazov. And it's shorter, so I wanted to see how his shorter fiction was like, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I recommend you read that and check out my review. Then, on Sunday the 21st, I'm going to be reviewing The Tempest, so the second Shakespeare play for the month. Now, The Tempest is going to be our first comedy, so something very different to what we've done. Also, The Tempest, it is believed to be possibly the last play that Shakespeare wrote, although some scholars don't agree with that and have very good reasons not to believe that. But in any case, it seems to be a later play, if not the last one he wrote, and I think that's interesting, but we'll talk about that on that video. I'm already thinking about it. I've already read The Tempest and I'm already thinking about what I'm going to say in that video. Now, on Wednesday 21st and Sunday 28th, we're going to do the two books that are the August picks for our reading challenge, 12 books for 2022. Why two books? Well, I started the 12 books for 2022 reading challenge in February. The idea is to do one book a month, right? It's like a monthly book club, so people know the schedule and you can read along and so on. But I had to fit two books in 1 month, and I thought August, you know, a lot of people have free time in the summer. I'm aware that a lot of you watch from Australia and places or Brazil, so it may not be summer for you, but for most of my viewers, it is two books. So the first one is An Artist of the Floating World by Kazuo Ishiguro. This was his first novel. I have read some of his later novels, never really quite gelled with his writing, but he's an author that I think I would like to go back to and reread those novels that I have read by him. This one I haven't read. It is short. It is his first novel, and unlike his other novels that I'm aware of and that I have read, which are set in England, I think this one is set in Japan. And of course, Kazuo Ishiguro, although he's a British author, he is of Japanese origin. His parents, I think, emigrated to Britain from Japan. So yeah, I'm really interested in reading this, An Artist of the Floating World, which we will talk about on Wednesday the 24th. And then on the last Sunday of the month, which is where I normally discuss the books for this reading project, we'll be discussing The Magus by Fowles, right? Which is this novel here. I hope you can see it. Probably a lot of glare. I don't know anything about this novel. This is an author whose work I've been meaning to read since I was in college, in university, but I never did. He wasn't part of the curriculum, but I kind of just heard about him and studied a little bit about him, but for some reason we didn't read anything by him. And a friend of mine who is not on YouTube, suggested this book a couple of years ago, so it's been on my radar ever since. I bought it and I put it on this challenge, and we will be discussing it on the 28th. And these are all the books that I'm going to read. I'm excited because we have a good mix of plays, Shakespearean plays, we have the Bible, and we have Russian classics, English classics, and more contemporary British literature. Nothing from America, nothing from a lot of countries, nothing from Latin America this month, but I'll see if I can fit something in, you know. These are my plans, but I love being spontaneous, so I might be able to read some stuff from Latin America, from other places. So the best thing you can do is watch my channel regularly, check it out, and you will see the books that I'm reviewing, and of course other videos that I'll be making. I hope you have a great month in August, and I will see you again on my next video. Take care.